Hello, everyone. It's really great to be here, and thank you to all the other speakers that came before me. It was really great to hear about all of your moving and powerful initiatives that you're doing all over the world. I have a presentation. Could I have the remote, please? Thank you so much. Okay, so today I'll be talking to you about one specific initiative, which is the SDSN Youth Global Schools Program. In the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And I think we've heard a lot of incredible examples about that today. As an educator myself in Spain, I am constantly challenged with the question, what do I want my students to learn in my classes? How do I get them to stop passing love notes or put away that music for a few minutes? However, I think that as leaders in this room, we should be asking ourselves a different question. Instead of asking, what do we want our students or youth to learn, we should be asking, what kind of people do we want them to be once they leave our classes? So in September 2015, as we know, 193 world leaders met at the United Nations and set the 17 Sustainable Development Goals for our future and the 2030 Agenda. Now, to achieve these goals and Agenda 2030, we need to change the personal and professional actions of people. We need to change the lifestyles and behaviors, including responsible consumption in household and energy use, transportation, diet, recycling, and family planning. And with this in mind, the SDSN Youth launched the Global Schools Program. And today I hope to tell you more about the Global Schools Program and the work that's being done globally with the program to promote education for sustainable development. We seek to transform the learning environments locally and make schools the hubs of education and leadership on the SDGs. The program specifically targets students in primary and secondary schools. According to the World Bank in 2015, there were 724 million children enrolled in primary education and 518 million children enrolled in secondary education. So primary and secondary schools are the center of our society where we as an international community have the power to influence the lifestyles, behaviors, and actions of the future generation. Teachers themselves have a unique position in society to reach a huge number of students in primary and secondary schools who have the creativity, ability, and agency to grow into the future leaders to achieve the 2030 Agenda. Now, in order to reach these young students, the Global Schools Program builds the capacities of teachers to more effectively deliver education on the global goals, and we offer digital resources, lesson plans, online courses, and a pledge to join the global movement on our website. It makes it so easy for teachers to sign up and use the free resources which span all 12 grades and a variety of subject material. You can also find TED Talks, games, and other activities on the website. And here's a photo where you can see the lesson plans for all 12 grades, and there's a variety of subjects if you click on each grade level. So the program makes it easy for teachers to learn, understand, and educate their students on the SDGs with the overall goal to mobilize and empower students to go that extra step and positively impact their communities. So how do we know that this type of SDG education actually works and will actually create students that are more informed global citizens? So to test this, PwC in the United Arab Emirates actually conducted a small number of one-hour interactive debates about the SDGs where students talked about the importance of each SDG to them. And actually, the results of the pilot found that 78% of children now said they felt more confident to talk to people about the SDGs in their communities. And an overwhelming 92% of children said they cared more about social and environmental issues as related to the SDGs. So this is what we're trying to do with the Global Schools Program. We're trying to get teachers to incorporate this curriculum and change students' mindsets. These are the results we want. We want to empower teachers all over the globe to effectively deliver SDG education. And we've already had a lot of exciting successes with the program. So just last month, we launched this global hub of resources at the International Baccalaureate Conference in Vienna, Austria. So it was a momentous achievement for our program, talking about the potential partnership and collaboration with International Baccalaureate, which reaches approximately 5,000 schools in 150 countries. So my role with the program, I'm a Global Schools Ambassador, and my job is to inspire schools and teachers to join our global movement and help schools create roadmaps and local strategies to integrate the goals into their curriculum and activities. My goal is to encourage teachers to use these SDGs in any activity, in any subject, and show them how easy it is and what are the possibilities to include all 17 goals in their lessons. So by empowering the teachers through these personal connections and transforming not only the administrative level, but the individual classroom environments, we are reaching students directly and ensuring that they receive this multidisciplinary education on the SDGs and thus changing their behavior and their mindsets. So personally, as an ambassador, I've seen great interest in this program. Some of the teachers actually have come back to me and they've asked, when can I be an ambassador? How can I promote this to even a wider variety of countries and schools that are outside of my own local community? So the reason I decided to become an ambassador was because I was teaching in Chile and Spain, and I really saw the creativity and potential that students have to be a part of something greater. So I've gotten the opportunity to see some of these lessons in action as I've been working with different teachers. So one class with 11 and 12-year-olds learned about goal 13, which was climate change, and they learned specifically about the problems animals face in the different climates, and they wrote tweets describing the actions that they would take to save animals. And then in another class, we're exploring goal 5 with a teacher I'm working with, and they're writing papers to recommend resolutions to the Human Rights Council about the prevailing problems of violence against women in various countries around the world. So like I said, the teachers have been very enthusiastic, and I've seen that the students have the incredible capacities, creativity, and skills to solve the problems of this world. And I see that students light up when they realize that they can be a part of something greater that goes beyond the 50 minutes you might spend with them in the classroom. So, like I said, our program makes it easier for teachers to implement this SDG education by providing all of these resources. And so far, already over 50 schools have signed our pledge, committing to incorporating the SDG education in activities and curriculum. So this reaches 35,000 students. And we already know the incredible potential this education has to mobilize student interests around social issues. So imagine the potential these 35,000 students have as change agents in their communities. So a few months from now, who else will they have told about the SDGs? What will they be working on? So imagine now if we didn't have 50 ambassadors, but if we had 1,000 ambassadors and we were working in 1 million schools. It's clear that we're not only creating a program, but a global movement, and we can't afford to leave out the world's biggest youth population in history. So in conclusion, we all have a role to play in achieving the 2030 agenda. And you can all have a voice in the Global Schools program. While we all have our own causes and SDGs that we work on, instilling the importance of global community in our students is something that affects us all. This program will ensure the youth of tomorrow will be prepared to live in a modern, globalized world, in a world where new policies and sustainability goals are set and where they are the leaders and activists of tomorrow. And the sooner we can help students navigate this and enact change, the better we all will be. Soon, these students will be sitting here where we're sitting, and this is our opportunity to shape their futures through SDG education. We need to change these learning environments and prepare students to live in this dynamic and interconnected world. Classrooms will change, students will change, and lifestyles will change. And our Global Schools program is making it easy for teachers to understand the SDGs, learn the SDGs, teach the SDGs, and most importantly, use education as a powerful weapon to help students be the global leaders that we want them to be. Thank you.